This is not the Garden of Eden. I haven't seen any angels recently. Things surely aren't what they used to be, and this definitely ain't the summer of love. Jenny Durkin, the mayor of Seattle, said in an interview a while back that in the Chaz/Chop zone that had been annexed in Seattle by smelly hippies, a rapper, and communists who pretend to be about race, it was like the summer of love. Chaz/Chop has or is now being shut down by authorities because of multiple murders that have taken place within its borders. This is not a good time for the good old US of A. We got a virus that doesn't kill a lot of people, scaring the daylights out of those scared of their own shadows. We've got riots. We've got protests that function as riots. We've got people pulling down statues because bronze and marble are racist. They're even pulling them down on themselves. In America's major cities, we are also having massive amounts of shootings. Today I just saw that New York City had 112 injured or killed in 83 shootings in just 9 days. Wow, that ain't good, folks. Another of America's major cities, Chicago, had one of its deadliest weekends ever in the past few weeks as well. Over 100 shootings in 2 days, 14 people killed. Chicago has a special spot in my heart. Maybe it's because I have a defect in my heart shaped like Cook County, or maybe it's because I was born there. Okay, I actually wasn't born there, I was born in Park Ridge, but I lived in Edison Park, on Northwest Highway by the Happy Foods. Those of you from there will get it. It's sad to see the city I'm from turn into this, even if it isn't that surprising. I didn't live there that long, but I do have familial connections and have been back there enough to know my way around a little bit. It seems like the city of broad shoulders is becoming like the favelas from City of God. I could talk about the political aspects of the problem, but that's not really the problem. Is there a correlation between Democrat leaders of big cities being in office for around half a century and a city's downfall? Perhaps, but this goes even deeper than who is in office. This is a problem at a fundamental level, a crack in the foundation. I hear this all the time at all levels of government, federal, state, and local. We need to vote out who's in office and get our guy in. Apparently then the ills of the world and of man will dissipate into steam and drift away into the air. It won't. I remember during the 2016 election, people who believed that Trump was going to be the second coming of Reagan, others believed he was going to be the Antichrist. He has been neither. I think he has done some things much better than Reagan, actually, and I have disagreed with him on other things. He's probably not the Antichrist, though. But this is the problem with representative government. Yes, I actually said that in America. There is a problem with representative government, because there is a problem with all government. Representative government requires constant input from the populace, but that input dwindles the moment an election is over. The voting public seems to think that their guy won, and so he will just do what he said on the campaign trail or on his platform. That can happen, but eventually they stop hearing from the people, and they are still in office and have to make decisions. So they will make those decisions based on either their own will or the small amount of people they talk to. As you can see, democratic types of government are not actually run by the people. They're run by some people. Here's a question. If we are in a country with a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, and that government continues to falter regardless of political party, maybe the problem isn't the person in office, although they do bear some blame, but the people that put that person there. Because they are unwilling to hold their leaders accountable, or even if they try, it's limited at best. Both parties in the US, and the smaller groups that no one cares about, all want to be in power. That's the name of the game in a republic. Get your guys in office. That can be good or it can be bad, but it's not a solution to the problem of people getting shot in Chicago and elsewhere. That's a problem at the fundamental level. Fatherless homes, poverty, morally destitute parts of society. I'm not trying to say that people in any community are inherently going to be in those situations, or that they are incapable of escaping them, or that it is some sort of genetic or racially determined thing. I'm just saying these things have been seen throughout history in many different places, but the one thing that doesn't seem to work is this. You can't vote fathers into the home. This is where morality and legality diverge. It is morally wrong to abandon your children, and possibly damn them to a life of poverty and social decay in the inner cities. It is, however, legal. And that's the problem. For the past 50 to 60 years, we have attempted to liberate ourselves from everything. First it was oppression, a legitimate thing to try to liberate yourself from. Then it was responsibility, something you shouldn't liberate yourself from. Now we're trying to liberate ourselves from reality, and we are reaping the whirlwind. The reality that kids need dads, the reality that men aren't women, the reality that allowing people to engage in violence and destruction will only lead to more of it in this twisted summer of love until people push back. The problems in Chicago and elsewhere are not of a political nature. No one voted for these things to happen, nor did they vote against them. It is the tragic case of what happens when societies liberate themselves from responsibility to family and community. Above all else, it is what happens when we liberate ourselves from virtue and liberate ourselves from God. The opposite of those two things is nihilism, chaos, and we're seeing a lot of that right now. But keep your heads up. Don't worry, even when everyone is losing it around you. It just might start catching on. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And for some shameless self-promotion, I also have written a novel, and if you'd like to get yourself a copy, both digital and physical, there will be a link in the description.